What's up guys, it's Kasem back again with another video for Digital Gladiator. So this is actually going to be our last episode, episode 6 of the SEO tutorial for beginners series, and it's going to be all about, as you can see on the screen, setting up a PBN, private blog network, and everything you need to know about it essentially. So what is a PBN? Like I said, it's short for private blog network, but it's also used in the singular terms, just mean private blog. So when I say like PBNs, I mean private blogs. So it's used both ways. And it's essentially a site that you own, usually an expired or an auction domain that you pick up. I don't know why you would want a brand new domain, because you want these domains to be powerful already, so that when you link to your site, you're getting that link juice from the powerful site. So you don't want just a brand new, any old site that hasn't ever been used or doesn't have good links to it, because you want to be able to power your money site. And these are used to game, in quotation marks, Google and rank your site faster. So Google thinks that these are legitimate sites owned by other people that are linking to you because you have solid content on your page and you have good shareable content. So that's how you kind of fast track the way to ranking, instead of doing blogger outreach or hoping to God that someone shares your content. You set up PBNs and you can rank a lot faster. So another question that many people may ask are PBNs safe? Now that's kind of a loaded question. There's always risk when you're doing SEO. So saying it's safe, I mean, it's really up to how safe the owner makes them. So how much you follow the best practices that I'll lay out and avoid footprints. And that's how safe you can be, like how much effort you put into keeping your network safe and footprint free. But again, there's always that risk that Google could find it and possibly penalize your money site, and more often just de-index your PBNs. Usually it doesn't carry on to your money site if you take away the article that links to your money site immediately or soon after. Then you should be good to go, because sometimes Google might think someone's negative SEOing. It's really hard to 100% make sure, if you follow best practices, to make sure that that's your PBN network. So yeah, again, there's risk, and I don't want to ramble too much, but there's always risk, but just follow best practices, guys. And a lot of people ask, where do you find expired domains and auction domains? Auction domains, you can go to places like GoDaddy, auctions. Namejet is great. There are tools like Register, Compass. You can Google all these if you don't know what they are. I don't want to. I'm not going to take time to explain it, because I value you guys' time. You can just Google that, and I'm gonna stick to the things that I think that are more important for you guys to learn. So my expired domains I get from my friend Sia, and he's actually launching a site soon. I think it should be launched in about a week, maybe even less. And I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe from what he's told me, that you can go on that site and you can pretty much instantly buy PBNs or expired domains, and they just get sent to you immediately, or you can actually get to see them on the page. I'm not sure on the specifics. Maybe I'll ask him to clarify in the group when he launches, and he can kind of announce that in the Facebook group. But this is his Facebook profile. If you want to hit him up, send him a message. I'm sure he can send you guys some domains privately before he launches, if you're interested. But when he does launch, I'll leave the link in the description of this video, and you can also just check in the Facebook group. I'm gonna actually be putting a resource file in the Facebook group for like all resources, like services that I use and recommend, hosts that I use and recommend for PBNs, money sites, and tools as well, anything related to that I think you guys could benefit from. So moving on to the actual training here. So setting up the PBN, I'm going to run you through this from step 0 to the end. So let's get on to easy blog networks here. Now I love easy blog networks. They make hosting PBNs so much easier. I used to host them manually on like shared hosts or resellers, stuff like that, and that takes a lot of time. Even cloud hosts take a lot of time compared to easy blog networks, and it kind of keeps everything really organized. So you can see here I have a small package of 15 I just got for the sake of this video, and I'm going to be setting up a PBN. So let's look at this here, and this is the PBN I'm going to be using. Let's go back. PBN I'm going to be using here, and it's called Around the Clock TCM. Not sure what that means, but anyway, going into this, we'll load it up. I don't know why that's loading, but we'll put it in here. So just put the blog domain, paste that there. You can have, they have networks here, so you can have different networks. I'll just put this in the default network, and essentially what the networks do are they make sure that all of the PBNs or domains in that network are on different IPs. So again, that's in the footprint. I'll get into the footprint area soon, but let's just set this up. So let's make the title Around the Clock TCM, whatever TCM even stands for. And then you can have, there's some advanced options here. You can add a tagline, you can choose the theme to add, you can disable comments or enable them, disable links, notifications from other blogs, clean up the hello world content, I'll do that. Add blank about, contact, and privacy pages. And you want those definitely to make it look more like a legitimate site, which I'll get into more later. You can remove theme footer links, which is great. So I'll just say yes to that. And then add popular plugins. So plugins I like are Yoast right there is great. Contact Form 7, great. Spider Blocker if you want to block bots, we'll do that. And disable Google fonts, you can do this. This is for some people think that Google can track your IPs when you log into PBNs, and if you disable Google fonts, they can't do that. So some people like to do that. And then there's other things like simple share buttons. So that's great for adding simple share buttons, and Akismet, which is great for spam when people comment. But we're not gonna have comments on there, so we don't need that. But again, these are some plugins I recommend having. So let's add that blog. And then from here, what we need to do is just change the name servers. Once they deploy it, we change the name servers and we're good to go from there. The site gets set up immediately. It's like literally 2 minutes to set up each site or less. The most time is literally spent just waiting for them to give you the name servers and then the name servers to update. It literally takes 2 minutes to set up a site. And I don't know why my internet's being terrible right now, taking forever to load. But okay, we're back. My internet just kind of pooped on me, but we're good to go again. So the deployment finished, and we're ready to go. Just change the name servers, but real quick, so you can see here in this is the home page, and you can see the network that you have it in. You can see the blog IP. You can see if it's indexed. This usually takes like a few days, obviously. They check it, I think, once a day until it gets indexed. You can also see the DA and trust flow of the domain, which is great, and also when it was added, which is also great. So great for keeping track of everything. And then you have the domain name, obviously. So let's click on that, and you can have you have the blog username that they add there. It's usually like I think editor's recent, but usually it's like info admin WordPress, like WP admin, stuff like that. So they have like a set username and they have a password that is set. You can't change this, so you wanna be careful with that. You don't want to give anyone this password. If you do share the login, WordPress login with anyone, make sure you make a new account and that you can change the info for later. And that's an admin account, obviously, and then you can give that to other people. So, excuse me. You can also see the hosting provider, obviously blog IP again, and the domain, the name servers, and also more. This is more detailed metrics. They have a blog health system, which is great. It kind of goes over like how many posts you have on the blog, how last time you added a post, and like broken URLs, stuff like that, to just ensure that the blog health is high, and it helps to make sure that your blog doesn't get de-indexed in the future. Any recent activity. So really great stuff, and again, I really recommend it for you guys. I'll leave a link in below the video for you guys to use to sign up with them, because it is closed to the public, so at least right now. So anyway, going to set it up. Let's get these name servers into Namecheap, and let's get it done. Okay, we're back again. Didn't want to bore you guys with waiting for the name service update. Only took a minute, but still, that was a minute that I didn't want to waste. But anyway, real quick before we move on, I do want to, and I feel like it's my duty to tell you guys about some drawbacks of easy blogging networks. So the only drawbacks are you have to have the site on WordPress. So if you want to have like an HTML site, use Joomla, Magento, whatever else you want to use, you can't do that, obviously. And then also you don't have as many like back-end capabilities, like using like an FTP server or something like that. But again, most sites, at least like 90% of my network is on WordPress anyway. So I have like a huge need for easy blog networks because it saves my time. But I also do change hosts as well, and I would recommend you guys do as well, especially once you're out of that beginner phase and you have more of a budget. To start off, definitely I would say it's fine to keep all your websites on easy blog networks, but just to diversify, not keeping all your eggs in one basket, just to be safe. I would recommend diversifying your hosts later on and like use other hosts like HostGator, even SiteGround. There's a bunch of other hosts you can use. I'm not going to list them all, but anyway, getting into the fun stuff now. Let's go to the plugins real quick. I'll go over them. We have a Kismet, we have Contact Form 7, simple share buttons, Spider Blocker to block bots like Majestic, Ahrefs, SEMrush, all of those bots, just so your competitors can't find your PBNs, because again, you want to keep them private, hence the word private in private blog network. So Yoast SEO as well. You can also have all-in-one SEO. There's other ones. You can use like Jetpack. You can use whatever you want, really. Just have an SEO plugin there. Now let's actually add one more here. Now this is going to be a plugin that's going to help with indexing our PBNs really quickly. So it's going to be called Google XML Sitemap for videos. So what this does is makes a video sitemap, and you can ping Google immediately and get the site indexed very quickly. I've seen sites get indexed in a matter of an hour. I've seen sites get indexed in a matter of a few days or a week or more. So I would say if a PBN does not index within about 2 to 3 weeks, 3 weeks very maximum time. If it doesn't index within 3 weeks, just ditch it. It's a de-indexed site, and it happens. You win some, you lose some. Some sites are going to be de-indexed, some sites are going to be penalized. And I'm going to go over how to look for clean PBNs right now real quick before we get into the meat of things. And I'm also going to show you guys how to spam check and index check your PBNs. So first off, making sure we have a clean PBN. Here we are looking at my beautiful PBN. Nothing there. Let's look at subdomain. We got 23 referring domains on Majestic. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Love it. So you can see it's business / investing, finance. That's great to see. And links we got here. Oh no, that was deleted. Sometimes it says, Majestic says links are deleted. You gotta double check. Let's double check this real quick. I'm gonna bet $2 it's not deleted. Let's see. Because I've noticed a lot of times Majestic, they say stuff's deleted, it's really not. So around the clock trading, let's see. Control F that, around, boom, around the clock trading, right there. Where's that link to? There you go. So I guess we're a trading company. And there we just proved Majestic wrong. Anyway, has 3 good links right there. Maybe even you can say 4, I guess. I would say a good PBN would have like 5 good links at least. For an expired PBN, this isn't too bad. Auctions, we'd have a lot higher standards, obviously. So going into this, you see high trust flow is great. I don't go too much on trust flow. I'd say usually like maybe 50% of the time I'd want trust flow 10 or above. But sometimes there's some below trust flow 10 that are pretty neat, and you got to look at the anchor text and the backlinks themselves and see if they're worth it. I don't go 100% off metrics, so it's not smart. But anyway, looking at the anchor text, it's pretty diversified. You want to see diversified anchor text, ideally a bunch of different anchor texts there, not all the same or really over optimized branded stuff. And then again, the backlinks are fine. So no like spammy Japanese anchors, stuff like that. Good to go, no red flags there. And then looking at archive.org, so this is the Wayback Machine. It shows us snapshots of how the site used to look. So let's search that, and then it'll show you, I'll show you right now, you can see way back 2016 to 2000 from when it started, bunch of different dates. And I'm not going to go into all of these, but when you want to look at one, just click on a snapshot and you can look at that. And it looks like this one was information regarding market capitalization. You want to make sure these weren't previously PBNs and they weren't previously like Japanese sites that were spammed. Some could be like Chinese sites that weren't spammed before, so you want to like translate it and stuff. And if you want to be safe, you can just like not use any foreign ones, but it really is not a huge deal. Don't overcomplicate things. And this one looks like it could have been a PBN. I really don't care. I'm doing this as an example, so not looking into it too much at all. But just make sure it wasn't used as a PBN in the past, because if it was, then there may be, and there probably is, a reason they dropped it. It probably is de-indexed or penalized. So last thing here, looking for index check and also spam check. Now expired domains are not going to be indexed. You have to index them after you register them because they're obviously expired, so they're purged out of the Google index. Occasionally you'll see every once in a while you'll see an expired domain that's still indexed if they just expired, but for about 90-95% of the case you're not going to see that. So looking at this real quick, we'll do a site and then put in the site right there, take away the HTTP. And then also real quick, for auction domains, they should be indexed. So you want to just put in their name and see if they're indexed. If they're not, then they're not a good auction domain. You want to skip those because they're de-indexed / penalized. So again, obviously it's not indexed yet, so we're not going to see results from this. Obviously, doesn't mean it's bad. But real quick, you want to do a, after it's indexed, you want to do a spam check. So this is, again, after it's indexed and you've confirmed it's indexed, you want to do the spam check. And this is to see if the domain has been penalized. And if it's been penalized, you don't want to use it. So you want to search this, and so it's just the domain name without the dot in the .com. All right, so it's without the dot, and you want to make sure you do search instead, because sometimes it says did you mean, and it uses that as the search term. So you want to make sure you do that, and you want it to be on the first page for 95 to 99% of keywords. You want it to be, or domain names, you want it to be on the first page. But if it is a domain name that has like some like competitive keyword within the domain name, which is rare but it happens, then you want it to be minimum within the first 3 pages. So if it has like Google, for example, in the domain name, like the Google friendlynews.com, then like obviously it's competing with Google for that term, because it's not just, you're taking away the dot in the .com essentially, so it's like a regular keyword, not the website. So within the first three pages for like really competitive ones, but on the first page for anything else, ideally within like the first 3 or 5 spots. But again, if it's on the first page, it's fine, don't worry about it. And once it passes that test, you're good to go and ready to start that linking. We also do link to an indirect competitor with the first post we put up, and what that does is we use exact match anchor text. Like if we were linking to if we wanted to link to an SEO site, we want to link to and rank for Chicago SEO. We link to an indirect competitor, so maybe someone who's ranking on the bottom of the first page or on the second page for Philadelphia SEO, and we'll just use this is the anchor text we'd use, Philadelphia SEO, and it's linked to that indirect competitor. So we don't link to our site, we do a link toxicity test and link to an indirect competitor, and if the PBN, if our PBN boosts that competitor, the indirect competitor, again, this is not for the same keyword because we don't want to boost our direct competition, obviously. If we boost that indirect competitor, that means that the PBN that we use is powerful and it will help our site, so then we can go ahead and use that for for our money site. If it doesn't help that indirect competitor and it makes them go below, go down in the SERPs, then we don't want to use that because we don't want to hurt our site, right? So that's just an extra factor, to an extra test to make sure that we get the best of the best PBNs, and it eliminates the guesswork in SEO, and it almost brings it down to a formula, almost, obviously, because there are some factors out of our control, but almost brings it down to a formula where you can rank sites at will. So that's really powerful stuff, guys, and it does take that extra effort to track things and put in some more work, but it's well worth it, and you and your clients will reap the rewards. So going into the good stuff now, enough rambling on my part. I know I ramble occasionally, but hope you got some golden nuggets from that. Now let's get into it, the good stuff. So we got the plugins installed, all that. Now getting into footprints real quick. You want to avoid footprints. Footprint is anything that ties all your PBNs and your private blog network together. So for example, something you don't want to have is you don't want to have all your PBNs on the same registrar, like Namecheap. You don't want to have all your sites on Namecheap, because then Google can then see that and say, well, this is a little fishy. All the sites linking to them are on Namecheap. Let's go take a deeper look, and they'll look deeper and they'll find things. Obviously, they look deeper. Especially if you make this small mistake, you're going to make other mistakes. So for example, you can use like GoDaddy, you can use name.com, you can use even a bunch of hosts. You can register domains on those hosts, like SiteGround. I was showing you in the other video, where you can actually register the domain on SiteGround while you buy the hosting. So there's tons of other sites. And just diversify your registrars. You don't need to make multiple accounts on the same registrar. Just have one account on each registrar. Google can't see which account is registering these. That's just utterly insane. They can't do that. So don't make things complicated with your SEO. Just make things simple, and you're good to go. Also, again, don't use the same hosts. You do not want the same hosts to link for each PBN, because if you have the same host, you can have the same IP, especially if you have shared hosting. If you have reseller, that's a little different story. It's kind of complicated there. But if you have the same host for shared hosting, then you're going to have the same IP, and that's a huge red flag with Google. You want to make sure that all your PBNs that are linking to the same money site are on different IPs. So you want to make sure that Google thinks these are different sites, different entities, not owned by you, not connected to you, and they're just legitimate sites by themselves. So going into some more footprints here. Let's see. You don't, again, registrars, hosting. You don't want to use the same plugins. You don't want to use the same themes. You can use the same plugins. Like let's look at some plugins here. For example, you can use like Yoast on pretty much all your PBNs. I'd say use all-in-one on some to just diversify things, but it has like a million installs, which is like, you're not gonna, having a 20 or 50 or even 100 site network, you're not really gonna make a huge footprint by having Yoast on all of them. But I would say, you know, just to be safe, have Yoast all-in-one, maybe a couple others if you want. And then like sharing plugins, there's simple share buttons, and there's also social likes. You can have that, and there's other ones you can just research. Contact form 7, you can literally have on all of them, but there are other contact forms. Akismet, that's something that's on every single like WordPress site almost, so you can have that on everything. Spider blockers, something I would block some with. You can block them with like HT access, and there's some other bots out there you can, or other plugins out there that you can block bots with. Then the Google XML Sitemap for videos. I would actually delete this after you've used it. I'll show you how to use it and everything in a minute. But again, just keep things a little different. You know, you can have different plugins that do the same thing, like for social shares, for contact forms, and for SEO plugins. So also, again, like I said, themes. You don't want to make them all have the same theme. That's just crazy. Just get a free theme that has that allows you to have 10, or actually allows you to have full posts on the homepage, because you want to have those full posts, because your homepage is the strongest and gives you the most link juice to your money site. So again, the theme here is just keep things different on each PBN. You don't want to have all your PBNs looking the same. You do not want to do that and cause footprints. All right, and then also do not use Chrome. This should go without saying. Don't use Google Chrome when logging into PBNs. It's just not a good thing to do. I do not advise that. I would suggest use bare minimum. Go on like Firefox or Internet Explorer or another browser. But I would recommend, just to be safe, I personally use proxies when logging into PBNs. I know some people think that's crazy. Some people think that's really tinfoil, but I do it because I just want to be as safe as possible. And I get my proxies from buyproxies.org. I'll leave a link in the description for that. But I use them. They're pretty cheap. And and they have an attachment you can add to Chrome, a plugin to add there, and it's really simple. It doesn't really take much effort. It it's not tedious at all, basically. So that's why I do it. It doesn't take too much time to do it all and to set up. It's very simple. Now let's see. Let's get into the posting here, guys, and actually linking out to your money site, or in this case we're gonna just embed a YouTube video to our YouTube channel to help with YouTube SEO. But I'll also show you how to link out to a money site if you want to. So looking at this, we're gonna add this post here, and let's go to settings real quick. You want to go to settings, and let's go to you can also change your WordPress address here. Like if you want, I want to do it on the subdomain, so because it has better metrics and I believe more. I'm not sure if it has more links, but it has better metrics, so we'll just use this. And you can just change that just by adding the www there. Wow, it's making me log in again. I'll be right back in the cut time, guys. I'm gonna fast forward time. All right, we're back, guys. It's saved. I don't know what happened. I guess I had to log in again. But anyway, we saved that. Let's go to writing real quick. You don't really need to change anything here. WordPress actually pings Google by themselves automatically, so that is good to know. But the Google Xml Sitemap just kind of speeds it up a little bit, but you don't need it by any means, basically. So this is important right here. You can see you have blog pages show at most 10 posts on the home page, and then we have full text here. For each article we have full text, and we don't want this box clicked. I've heard sometimes with some hosts, or occasionally with some installs, some people have said that this is clicked or ticked by default, but that's not something you want, so just double check that. Discussion, looking at that, you can allow link notifications or attempt to notify people, and then you can just have like comment settings here and all that stuff you can change. Not going to do that right now. Media, thumbnail size, blah blah blah, random stuff, not needed. Permalinks, post name, make sure you have it in post name. Easy Blog Networks does that by default, I believe, but other hosts may not, so you want to make sure it's on post name. And then that's really all we need. So let's add a post, add new, and I got a article written by my content writing team. We have a service on Digital Gladiator on our website. I'll show you guys all that in a little bit, but really good stuff, quick content, and high quality for your PBNs. So here we are. So we have the article. How much is it? 670 words. Pretty good for PBN. I'd say like at least 500. I mean, you could go get away with like 300, even less if you want to, but I just like to keep stuff high quality, keep it good like that. I'm good like that, high quality. But yeah, it's really it. So we have the article there. We're gonna make the title how to get local SEO clients, and we'll capitalize that just because I'm OCD. So obviously, if you don't know, this is going to be an embed of our video on how to get local SEO clients, and we're gonna rank for that, I guess. We'll see how we do. Now, again, I don't advise doing this linking to your money site before you get indexed, but we're gonna do it because it really isn't a big deal. YouTube SEO isn't too hard. The rules aren't as strict as regular SEO. So we'll do it. We'll add a category here, and we'll do that category just to make things more relevant. You want to make sure that your PBN posts are relevant, and we're gonna make it SEO. Let's add some tags. How to get local SEO clients, getting high-paying SEO clients, where to get SEO clients. There you go. That's enough. Not really. Don't have to worry about it too much and spend a ton of time. So let's embed this. So you go to share. I'm not sure if I've showed you. I probably showed you this to you guys before. But anyway, you go to embed it and go to the post. Yeah, I showed you this guys in another video. But anyway, quickly just embed that right there, and voila, magic. You have the article embedded. You can add an image too. I'm not going to do it because I'm lazy. I'm very lazy, guys. I don't ever do any work. But yeah, that's it when it comes to embedding a video. But if you want to, again, like link to your money site, we'll actually add an authority link here just for relevance. So we'll do how to get local SEO clients, and we'll see what's here. So we have agency analytics. Okay. We got Moz, they're pretty authoritative. We'll do Moz over here and copy that. Actually, no, it's a question. I don't want to really do that. We'll do this agency analytics one, and there we are. Not that right here. And what we'll do is we will add it right at the top. Let's see, a website client, actually SEO practitioner, that's the anchor text. So if we could copy that and insert a link right there, real simple, guys. Insert the link. When it comes to linking out with PBNs, I would say first off, you want to make sure your content is high quality, of course. The days of having like spun content, not that great. I mean, unless you like spin it and then you like manually edit some stuff. But I don't know. I personally just keep high quality. And then you can add an image, a video. Rich media is great, especially relevant stuff. A relevant video, relevant image. Have that image alt text relevant. And optimizing the page like you would a money site, just on-page optimization to the PBN really does help. And then you want to select your anchor text carefully. Make sure you don't over-optimize your anchor text, and link to your desired page. You can do, I usually do like 1 or 2 links per article to my money site. You can go more, of course, like 3 or 4 is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just you're getting less bang for your buck if you do more links. So example would be, having a link to the homepage of your money site. Have a link to a relevant authority link, and you can also have a link to like an inner page or a Facebook page, just anything like that. So you can just link to all of those from one post if you'd like. It's not a big deal at all, and that's how you do it. If you have any questions, again, just leave them in the YouTube comments below, or you can ask me in the Facebook group. And that's really it. I'll publish this real quick. Actually, let's go into the snippet right here. Let's edit this. So let's do how to get local SEO clients, and then many people find it hard to get SEO clients. We will share some amazing methods to stop beating a dead horse. All right, there we go. Great, that's good enough. And yeah, that's really it, guys. Nothing too complicated. Again, like I said, just make sure you follow everything, follow everything that I said, and you're gonna be good to go. Let's publish that. Again, this is not recommended to post to your money site or link to your money site or embed a YouTube video of yours before the PBN's indexed. You want to get it indexed. You want to make sure it passes the test I mentioned before, and you're good to go. All right, guys, totally forgot a couple things here real quick. First, we're going to set up Yoast and show you guys how to do that, and then I'll show you the Google XML sitemap for videos. So right here, going to Yoast, going to the little dashboard here. You know, you don't have to connect to Search Console or anything. Don't worry about that. Looking at general, you can restore default settings here if you want to later. View the credits, really no need. And open the installation wizard. We'll do that in a second. Going through the other tabs though, you really don't need to mess with any of this stuff. No need for that, especially with the PBN. You can choose whether you're a company or person here if you want, up to you. Don't connect your stuff to webmaster tools, especially Google. You don't want to connect your stuff to that. It just gives yourself a higher chance of getting caught. And security, I mean, if you want to add that, you can enable advanced part of Yoast, but the meta box, but not needed at all. Let's look at opening the installation wizard really quickly. You really don't even have to do this with a PBN, but MailChimp, you don't, just ignore that. Environment, you can specify the environment to which this site is running. So you can say it's a live site with real traffic, so you can just say this and then go next. The site type, what kind of site is this? We'll say a blog, we can say that. We can also say small business site, other personal site, whatever we want. News site, totally fine, up to you. Company or person, say company, and then we'll say around the clock TCM, just saying that. And then social profiles, add any here if you like. We don't need to do that. Post type visibility, these default settings are great, they're fine. And then next, multiple authors, no. Next, Google Search Console, nope, no, not needed. You can change up the title separator, website name here. And then lastly, it's going to try to get you to sign up for MailChimp, but no need for that. And there you go, completed that. Save those changes, double check that, make sure everything's good, and you know, everything's great right there. You really don't need to do anything else. Again, you can add your company info if you want, but it did that for you right there. And then let's do the XML sitemap for videos. Yay, let's do that. So here we are, Google XML sitemap for videos. Let's activate that. And again, this isn't necessary, it just helps you to index your PBNs a little bit quicker. Let's open the settings page here and generate video sitemap. Very simple, after you've posted, of course. And there you go, you can ping Google now. Let's ping Google, and we've pinged them, and that's it. There you go, we completed. Everything is good to go there, and we are ready to rumble. Now we're gonna go back to where I interrupted myself. So we're gonna do a quick back to the future type thing, or back to the past, I guess. So enjoy. Make sure your money site looks legitimate, man. I mean, like, add custom logos. We have a gig on it. I'll share that right now, actually. I'll share that before we leave. This is our site, brand spanking new, out of the oven, smells fresh. We got, you know, we got free training, obviously. Got our blog. We have services. I'll get into that in a minute. You know, we have blog posts up there already, training videos, and it's really awesome. If I do say so myself, let's check out our services right here. And we have content writing we have 3 different packages. We have PBN setups. We have what else? We have link rentals. So we have bronze content writing, perfect for PBNs. And even if you're on like a really low budget, you could use that for money sites. I really wouldn't recommend it though, because money sites, for me, ideally, I like to have really good content on those. But if you get this bronze level, you can use that for money sites. But again, that's like really high quality PBN content. So like, this is like getting the best bang out of your buck for PBNs. But you can also, if you make small edits to it and spend like maybe 5 minutes or less on an article, you can change that into money site content. But I would recommend gold level content if you're on a budget for your money site. It's $4, 100 words. And you know, it's really solid money site content. But then if you want to go above and beyond, get the best stuff from our best, highest quality writers who actually are really skilled in copywriting and optimizing stuff for SEO. All of our writers are trained in basic on page, but these guys are just like above and beyond in everything. This is going to be the diamond level, amazing, out of this world. You've never seen anything like it. Hype much, but anyway, that's what I would say for content writing. For PBN setups, I'll show you our page for that in a little bit, and PBN link rentals, I'll show you that in a little bit as well. Let's go to the setups, and here's all our packages. You can see that, you can read that later if you want. Just go to our site. But yeah, we have starter, which is 1 to 9 PBNs at $34 to set up. What you get from that, you get a custom theme installation, and WordPress installation. If you're using Easy Blog Networks, just send us the login. You can change the login again if you want. If you don't want us to know your only password, you can make a new account and send us that info. So we do that theme installation, custom logo and fave icon to make sure everything looks legit. It's a professional looking site we're gonna make you. We have the essential plugins, like I showed you. Some of those are gonna be in it. We're gonna add some more probably too. Professional design to pass manual review, that's huge. 500 plus words, handwritten content. It's minimum 500, usually more obviously, but minimum 500. We had the about page, contact, privacy. I didn't go over that in the setup, but I mean, it's pretty easy stuff. You can see our demos too if you want to get an idea of what that looks like. We have demos right here. We have 3 different types of PBNs. I'll let you guys look in that. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'll let you look at it if you're interested. Then we also have 3 social profiles. Make sure there are no footprints. We ensure everything's safe. We use proxies, all that good stuff, unique to you. And then bots blocked if you want them to be. Let us know if you don't want them to be. We'll have them. We add that feature in there by default. If you don't want them to be, just say that in the order form. And then the average turnaround times are there. And then we have discounts for bulk orders. Obviously, we want to make sure that if you order in bulk with us, we treat you right. Give you a discount for it. So you can get all the way down to $30 a setup. This is like basically just saving you a lot of time. It can take a couple hours. And it's really how much you value your time. If you're starting off, you may not think this is worth it, because if you set up 10 PBNs, maybe a couple $100. But if you're advanced and you have clients and stuff, you need PBN set up quick, you don't have time to do it yourself, then this is perfect for that. So going into lastly here, Gladiator links, they're not like anything else that you'll find. So here we are. Now, these are really powerful domains. And some are going to be weaker than others. Obviously, we have some Goliaths in here. We have some decent ones that are really high in metrics and have really high quality referring domains, but maybe not as much as our Goliaths. So we price them all accordingly. And you can see here we got our lowest ones at 24, and that's because it has trust flow 36, DA 19, DA, PA I really don't care about too much. But this has some really high quality links. We go up all the way up to 571. We have some more coming in that are even greater than that. So 571, trust with 23. We have a bunch of different niches. We got society, government, that can work for like lawyers, that can work for a bunch of other ones. Computers, we got some more computers, politics, finances, really demanded, health. So these are basically just monster domains, so you don't have to spend hundreds of bucks and thousands of bucks building a network. You can pay for small fees like 25 bucks, 30 bucks a month is the highest we have. 30 bucks a month is the highest we have. We want to make it as affordable. It's between 10 to 30 bucks a month. And then of course we obviously give you discounts, 2 months free if you do the yearly rental. So these are all homepage links. We only have 10 outbound links on the homepage max, and the more outbound links you have, the less the link that we send you is going to matter. So a lot of vendors, they do like 20, 30, up to like 60 outbound links on their PBNs, and that just makes it not as valuable. So we want to make sure every link has a punch. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Probably the longest one on our channel so far. Really awesome. I really liked and enjoyed making it. Hope you got some value from it. And join our Facebook group, guys. Join our Facebook group. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the video, to the channel. And I'm about to head to bed. You guys get some clients, get some affiliate money, whatever you're doing. Rank some sites, guys. Hope you enjoyed the affiliate. Not the affiliate. I'm so tired right now. Hope you enjoyed the beginner tutorial, guys. So this is the end of it. This is the end of the series, and we're gonna be putting out a bunch of different stuff. So hope you enjoyed it again, and see you guys soon. Thanks.